What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Paint the Town Red video. In today's video, I got something a little different for you. I signed in to start looking for maps for a video, and I saw there's a bit of an update and there's some new weapons. So I figured I'd tell you guys what the new weapons are, show you what they look like, show you the models, and then we'll play with them a little bit on this test dummy that I put up, and we'll kind of go from there. So reading off of Steam here, they added 32 new weapons to the level editor and some other small changes. But the weapons they added are the beaker, the bone saw, the modern broom, the cinder block, the coffee pot, cricket bat, deep fry basket, flask, golf bag, and 3 different golf clubs, hockey stick, modern mop bucket, mug, syringe, pen, pencil, pepper mill, pizza cutter, pliers, scalpel, scissors, screwdriver, a level, stapler, sticky tape, test tube rack, trash can trowel, and a 2x4. So turning around, I've got them all showcased here. We've got our beaker, very interesting. The lip on the beaker looks so strange in this game to see such curvature, I guess, in my hand. Put that right there. Bone saw, very cool. I could see this on like some kind of medical level, maybe like, I don't know, like a healthcare, something like that. Put that there. We got the modern broom, which, I mean, it's a broom. It can kind of fit in a lot of different kind of levels, but still cool to see it. The mug, which is interesting to see, that kind of coffee mug. It makes me think maybe could be like a diner level or something. The cinder block, I think, is nice. It can kind of, again, fit into many different levels. I imagine people would even, I don't know, put it into a wall and have it be like a weapon you pull out of the wall or something, but cool. Same thing as the mug. You got a coffee pot here, and I think that would just be cool to see just, you know, in a diner level or something like that. It can kind of fit anywhere. You could put it in a diner, a police station, fire station, just anywhere people would drink coffee. We got a cricket bat, which I thought was interesting to add, but you know, it is cool, and I do see it being a pretty decent weapon for this game, so cool to see it. A deep fry basket, which, I mean, if you wanted to make a fast food level, by all means, you've got that now. You even got coffee pots, so, I mean, you never know. We also have here a bit of a golf bag, which you can pick up the whole fucking bag. I don't know if you can put the golf clubs in the bag, but can you? I don't think. Can you stow it? Throw it? No. So you got the golf bag, which is interesting. You can throw it, do whatever you want with it. And you also have the 3 golf clubs of differing sizes, which is very good too. We have our flask here, which kind of similar to our beaker. I could see it in maybe health level or like a science lab or like an evil science lab or something. But you get the idea. Generic flask could be used for many things. You could even throw it into a medieval level and call it a fucking potion thing. But we have a hockey stick, which is interesting. Kind of figured that would get added eventually. I mean, you got a baseball bat and all that. You got the modern mop and a mop bucket. Again, similar to the broom. It's cool to see it. It can kind of fit into really a lot of levels. You could throw it in a bathroom, do something like that. Pen and pencil. Interesting to see it because you could, you know, kind of put it anywhere still. You could throw these things into an office, into really anywhere that you would see any need for writing. And it's interesting to see because you could technically be John Wick now. You could put a pencil into that man's head. But we now have the pepper mill, which is interesting to see. I mean, this update added a lot of just generalized weapons, which I'm very interested to see how map creators use them. The pepper mill and this pizza cutter definitely could be in a pizzeria or a restaurant map. And this pizza cutter is a fucking beast, man. This could be a pretty interesting weapon. It's kind of like a meat cleaver, but without the handle, in a way. We have some pliers here, just kind of generic tools. Could probably find them in like a mechanic's office or like some kind of warehouse or something that has anything to do with tools. Got a scalpel here, which, oh boy, this thing can be sharp. I'm not too you could probably still do the hospital thing, maybe an OR. But in any case, it's interesting to see a scalpel. Yeah, I mean, it could have many uses. Still lab, still healthcare, still something like that. But interesting to see because it's a rather small weapon. There's some scissors here, which, again, kind of fit in anywhere. And I assume they're just kind of like a knife, really. They just do that. We have screwdriver, which I'm excited to see this get used because this has got a little poke to it. You know, you can poke it or swing it. We got a level, which I'm not sure if it actually works. I don't think it do. But I didn't expect it to. Still, cool. You could see it in construction sites, things like that. Got a stapler here. Maybe an office setting. I don't know. Maybe you could get pissed off and finally beat someone to death with a stapler. I don't know. Is that your thing? So again, kind of the healthcare lab setting. We've got some syringes here and some test tubes. This is an odd idea, but wouldn't it be kind of neat if you could edit the syringes to do different things to people? Like you could make a sleep syringe or something. That would be quite interesting. That would. That could make for some interesting maps, but you get the idea. It's cool to see a syringe. It would be interesting if there were other syringes or things you could do with syringes, I guess. And same deal, test tube rack. Could put it as like an alchemist station. You could use it in a lab. It has quite a few uses, all this lab equipment does. You can kind of cross over different time periods. And some tape. Again, like the stapler, if you get pissed off, you can finally whack someone with that roll of sticky-ass tape. There's a trowel here. It could kind of, maybe it could fit in like an outdoor area. It's very fucking sharp looking. You could do that. You could do like maybe an archaeological dig site, maybe. Just throwing ideas for maps out there. The trash can, which is my favorite, because you could just fucking throw people in it. You could throw it at people, which just be like, yeet, and just throw a trash can at somebody. And then finally 2x4, which is just cool to see. I mean, you know, piece of wood, but, you know, you get the idea. So let's start by hitting this guy with a cinder block and see what he thinks. Oh, well, he didn't like that at all. Alright, you guys, I'd like you to meet the gentleman that will be coming in and being our next practice dummy. Don't worry about the last one. He's okay. You know, he'll be fine. He's just taking some days off. But this guy's, you know, stepping in, which is great of him. So we're going to start by hitting him with this speaker here, seeing if it does anything. It just kind of similar to other glassware, just hits and fucking shatters pretty easily. Does pretty much what you think it would do. This bone saw, let's see. Very interesting. It does a lot of fucking damage. It is just ripping some skin off. I did give him unbreakable bones, but I'm curious if I could break bones with it. The broom, just kind of, you know, the broom. Not too sure what you think it would do, but it is a broom. We also have the mug, which, you know, same as the glassware. It just breaks. It'll do what you think. The cinder block, very interesting. You can throw it. You can hit people with it. I just like that this thing is heavy as hell, and you can just yeet, just throw that shit wherever you want it. So, kind of interesting. It gets thrown around pretty much like any other weapon, swing or poke. We have the coffee pot, which, another interesting glassware you can use. He's okay, don't worry about him. He's fine. But, it breaks pretty much what you'd expect. You can hit him with a cricket bat if I want. Tell him to not touch the cinder block. You're not allowed. Cricket bat knocked his ass out. Let's just take the, you know, flask here. I think it just breaks. Yep, it's your similar glassware. Breaks on the wall. Shatters pretty easily. Deep fry basket. It's got some range to it. I'll definitely say it has range to it. And, yeah, it's pretty decent. Got the golf bag here, which, I mean, it just kind of accompanies the golf clubs. It's rather bulky. A little difficult to kind of work with, I would say, because it takes up a good chunk of the screen. But you could use it as a weapon. The golf clubs are what I'm really interested in, though. You could fucking whack the hell out of people with these. Just fucking whack. It's like a bat, but, like, you could get away with putting a handful of them into a golf bag, and it would be completely normal to see. We also have a hockey stick, which kind of like the golf club, but I'm presuming a little more range to it, which is really nice. The mop and mop bucket. The mop, like the broom, very good to have. It gives range and all that, but this mop bucket here could really take out a couple guys. You throw that at someone's legs, the crowd, and they are not getting up. Pen and pencil, a little interesting because you're going to have to be close to really do anything, and I don't think they would give you much damage, but still, cool to see them. I mean, you know, it's something. You can add them to the maps and whatnot. The pepper grinder, I'm a little not surprised to see it, but it's just definitely not what I would have thought when you would add weapons. It, you know, does its thing. There's nothing too crazy with it, but it's, you know, it's something. The pizza cutter is really what I was interested in, because this thing looks like it could tear some shit. Yeah, it's fucking stripping the flesh off. So it's kind of, to me, it feels like a meat cleaver just on steroids. The pliers, kind of like the pen and pencil. They're nice, but my kind of weapon of choice has a little more range. But I still like it. I like to see that there's some new weapons in general, let alone some new ones from, like, you know, real stuff. I like the scalpel. Although it's a little, you know, obviously very short range. I just feel like thematically you could fit it into quite a few levels as, like, you know, I don't know, just something different. I'm assuming it cuts pretty easily. It's a scalpel. It's exactly what you'd expect. The scissors, kind of a longer knife. Acts like a knife, pretty much would do what you would hope a knife would do. Screwdriver, the even longer knife, does a little more poke, and you can get away with a little bit more just poking around. This here, this level, I just find it amusing. Just a whack, just hit people with it. It's just kind of funny. It's big, it's yellow. Maybe construction map levels, but I'm not too sure what you could really use it for, to be honest. Stapler and tape. So staple does exactly what you think, and the tape does the same thing. I think that it would be funny as fuck if the tape was sticky. If you threw it at somebody and it just stuck to them like a knife. No other reason besides it's just called sticky tape, and that would be funny. Some test tubes, you know, maybe not as pliable as our other glassware, but I think it's nice to see them already in a rack and everything. Probably saves people time. I don't know, will it break if I throw it? Yep, so it'll break, and there's no remnants of the wood either, oddly enough. But, what else we got? We got the trash can over here. We have a syringe, which I think I was saying earlier, it'd be cool to see some other status effects with the syringe. You could be like, huh, there you go. Now you've got the fucking, you're slowed down, you got half health, you're poisoned. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. We got the trowel, which this looks mean. This looks like it could do a number on some folks, I'll tell you. I like it. Like I said, I think it could go into, like, dig site areas with, like, pickaxes and all that. It just kind of fits. Got the 2x4 here, which is just plain fun and useful. It's got range. It'll hit people. It'll do what you need it to do, you know? And then last, but certainly fucking not least, is my love, this trash can here. Which I think is just funny because, like, you know, you can put things in it. You can do whatever you want with it, the trash can. But best of all, you can throw trash at this asshole, and he'll just sit there and take it. It's just fun to me. I mean, I see so many trash cans in maps, but you can't actually touch them. But to have a trash can you can pick up and be like, hey bro, hawk you. It's just great. But yeah, guys, those were the new weapons. This is the new update for Paint the Town Red. I'm hoping you enjoyed this little showcase. I know it's a little different from the maps, but, you know, I figured, hey, might as well just show you all this stuff. It's just came out. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully we see you in the next video. And, yeah, take care. Later.